Every year, tens of thousands of local students leave Taiwan to study abroad. And while globalization may have made integration much easier for foreign students today, it wasn't that way for people who left Taiwan in the 1970s to study and then go on to live in the United States. This week, I speak to Kuangnan Hsiao, who left Taiwan in the 1970s and eventually became an on-campus architect for Santa Clara University, one of the top-ranked colleges in the United States. He shares his immigrant experience in this week's edition of Taiwan Talk.
I grew up in Taipei, 大安区, right next to 师范大学.
What made you decide to leave?
Well, I came to the United States for the higher education, and I pursue my graduate degree. So, and at that time, you finished college, the only hope, it's the brighter hope is to study abroad.
And to stay?
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
After I finished, these 2 years military and passed the examinations and applied all the schools, then came to the United States.
Some people chose to come back, but you chose to stay away. What was that decision like for you?
It's a good question because my sister came to the United States and 2 years earlier than I did. So when she finished school, fortunately, she got a good job in the Bay Area. As a elder son, my mom said, hey, you got to go to the United States to take care of your sister. At that time in Taiwan, there's not much hope. Career-wise, hey, even you have a master's degree or higher degree from the United States, the only thing you can be a professor or some kind of work for the government. It's just not that much choices. And in the United States, then you have all kinds of choices.
So you became an architect?
Yes, and I passed my architect's examination, which is very hard. 3 days, 3 nights, and plus oral examinations.
Let's talk about the immigrant experience. I don't think people speak enough about what life is like, moving away from home, moving away from Taiwan, building a whole new life in the United States.
I'm kind of an odd person, okay? I am not greedy. I don't have a whole lot of needs. A lot of people, oh gosh, I have to eat Chinese food. Okay, I have to speak Chinese making friends with Chinese organizations, communities, and that kind of thing. The first day I went into the university in a dormitory. We went to the cafeteria. Hey, I eat like those Americans. Nope, doesn't bother me. Very comfortable with it. But I know some of the Chinese, there's Chinese student organizations. A lot of people, they have to meet Saturdays. They cook Chinese meals and all that. As an architecture student, you don't have weekends. You have to stay in the studio. So I didn't go there, but I'm fine.
I guess one of the reasons why I'm fascinated with the idea of the immigrant story is because it's been such an issue front and center in the United States.
Yes.
Talk to me about what it's like, what the shifting sands were like for you.
Well, let me use my sister's case. She was physical therapist. She got a green card less than three months. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people have to wait because the United States at that time, they need physical therapists. So it really depends on what they need. For me, as architects, as professionals, and in the Bay Area, there are not that many. So I was lucky when I applied for jobs, and they all want me. At that time, I started building up my confidence. So I say, hey, I can compete with the Americans.
A lot of people talk about facing discrimination.
Yes.
Can you talk about one incident that defined your experience of
Okay.
discrimination?
Well, when I apply jobs, there's no discriminations, okay, because you are in high demand. Academic field, no. Those professors, they are really, well educated, and most of them, professors, they have to have a PhD, generally speaking. So they travel quite a bit. They came from East Coast. They went to Europe. Some went to China, or went to Japan, so get their degrees. So I was very impressed with their academic achievements. But yes, some you still can feel, especially those Caucasians. Okay. So they have their pride and all that. But fortunately, it's a Jesuit university, so all those priests, they are very open-minded, very liberal,
Would you say you were lucky in the sense that you worked in the Bay Area and that you worked in a liberal environment, that you didn't encounter any of the problems that people normally talk about?
Yeah, I travel quite a bit. I took the Greyhound bus at that time. In a student, I didn't want to spend money to buy cars and all this. I traveled by Greyhound bus, and when you go through the Midwest, Tennessee, Alabama, you go down, in those bus stations. Generally, those Greyhound bus stations are located in the downtown area. So, when you go down there and you're the only one, everybody look at you like a stranger. Even some little girls, mommy, that kind of thing. And so I don't have any problem with it. Discrimination, yes. When you go to some of the offices, it was really bad, and I wasn't afraid of. So I talked very firm, and just to let them know, hey, I don't take any BS. And I don't want people bullying you around, So,
in all that time, did you ever think about coming back to Taiwan and just giving it up and coming back?
Well, those years in the 70s, 80s, political arena, and it's just not very suitable. And I grew up with the fear, worrying about the communists coming over. And at that time, Bar and Paozan, remember the Jinmen and all this. And I was in elementary school, and we have to prepare for it as youngsters. That kind of images, I still remember. It wasn't very pleasant.
So you'd rather stay in America and face discrimination than to come back and
my mom said, you face discrimination in Taiwan also, because Taiwanese, they discriminate against 外省人.
What does home mean to you?
It's a sad. My home is everywhere. It's with my relatives. When my folks came to Taiwan, we don't have any relatives. They didn't have very close friends, only colleagues and all that. So it was like there's no roots. Taiwanese, their roots are here. They have land, they have relatives.
I was speaking with Kuangnan Hsiao, retired architect with Santa Clara University. You can catch Taiwan Talk on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Hope Ngo. Thank you for tuning in.